is nothing quite like the buzz of a big city on fight night. We are in the Golden State, and the world-famous Octagon is open for business.
On February 17th, the worldwide MMA leader returns to Anaheim, California.
In an arena that has hosted many historic UFC shows, one way or another, we are in for more UFC history.
With a stacked card, headlined by one of the greatest featherweight champions of all time.
He is such a special talent. This guy just showed that he's next level, especially at featherweight.
At 145 pounds in the UFC,
he dropped him. That's it.
Australia's Alexander Volkanovski is undefeated.
He has incredible cardio, legitimate knockout power.
Are you kidding me right now?
All he wants to do is seek and destroy.
Increasingly dominant with each defense of his title.
Championship medal from Volkanovski. Too good.
And primed to extend his legendary run.
My purpose is fighting.
What else can you say about the pound-for-pound king?
And this next part of my story is going to be biblical.
I'm the champ. I'm the king of this division. No one was ever stopping me.
But a new challenger has emerged from the shores of Alicante.
Huge combination for the Spaniard.
Known as El Matador, Spain's Ilia Topuria stands at 14-0.
There's a reason why he's undefeated.
The guy goes out there and gets it done, and he gets it done by finishing people.
He closes the show. The guy's a killer.
With 12 finishes and sights set on the featherweight belt.
Soy muy peligroso.
The game plan was simple. Come in and take his head off.
Unbelievable knockout.
That was the game plan.
This man is truly frightening.
Still undefeated.
Tienes que tener cuidado en cada segundo que pasas conmigo en el octógono.
No one can match my level of skill. I come to take that UFC belt. Oh! And I want to show Alex when his war's gonna end and mine's gonna start.
Ilia been running his mouth. If he wants to keep going, I'll show him what's up and I'll squash him too.
In the co-main event, Brazilian powerhouse Paulo Costa returns.
Here he is, rejuvenated, revitalized.
This is a knockout artist who throws bombs.
In a high-stakes bout with former middleweight champion Robert Whittaker.
You see the fire that burns to become the champion of the world once again.
I'm not going anywhere.
Plus, surging 135-pound contender Merab Dvalishvili.
This is a force to be reckoned with.
It's exciting to watch people melt under the pressure of Merab.
Puts his 9-fight win streak on the line against the once simultaneous bantamweight and flyweight champion, Henry Cejudo.
Triple C, Olympic champion, flyweight champion of the world, bantamweight champion of the world. I am the greatest combat athlete of all time,
Henry Cejudo.
I gotta make it out. They can't stop me. I gotta conquer. They can't copy.
But before the best in the business touched down in SoCal,
Ching ching.
Ching ching.
Nice, darling.
first, get ready
37 left.
for UFC 298 Countdown.
Live from the RAC Arena here in Perth, Western Australia, this is UFC 284, Makhachev versus the featherweight world beater Alexander Volkanovski, who tonight will try to break through and hit that rarefied air as a simultaneous two-division UFC champion.
For UFC featherweight champion Alexander Volkanovski.
This guy is the featherweight king by far. It's like not even close right now.
The year 2023 was highlighted by a pair of lightweight title shots.
He knows exactly what he's got to go do. He knows exactly the challenge that he's up against with Islam Makhachev.
Against the division's champion, Islam Makhachev.
He's one of the best fighters on planet Earth, if not the best.
Oh, there's the tap!
The first of which was a close decision loss right at home in Australia.
Oh, big stick with a left hand by Volkanovski. And now he drops Volkanovski. Oh, massive right hand sits him down, trying to steal the victory. Big ground strikes late. And we all hope at one point we will see that rematch.
I was definitely thinking of the rematch after our first fight. It was always something that I believed was going to eventually happen.
We do it again?
Maybe Abu Dhabi. I didn't think the rematch was going to come that quick.
Charles Oliveira, the lightweight challenger to Islam Makhachev's throne. He's out of UFC 294, but Oliveira out, Alexander Volkanovski in.
But then as soon as I got that phone call, we flipped the switch and it was game on.
The question beckons, without a training camp, can Alexander Volkanovski do enough to become a simultaneous two-division champion?
I thought I could go out there and shock the world.
Oh! That'll do it! And still!
But we didn't. He caught me, and that's the game. I'm coming off one of the biggest losses of my career. But I'm still the champion of the featherweight division.
Returning to the division he has ruled for nearly 4 years, Alexander Volkanovski looks to continue his case as the greatest featherweight of all time when he faces Yair Rodriguez.
Between a pair of attempts at seizing lightweight gold, Volkanovski would fulfill his obligation to the featherweight belt. In a summer headliner against Yair Rodriguez.
And he looks to add to the legacy as the greatest featherweight champion in the world.
I know I need to focus on defending the belt and really setting a statement.
Rodriguez got touched on the way in!
Coming back down to 145, could you imagine all the strength he put on to go up? He must feel like a bear to these guys at featherweight.
And that was one of the most impressive things about the Islam fight. The fact that Volkanovski was able to grapple with him successfully, which is insane. Oh, he stung her.
Big right for Volk! Oh, Rodriguez really hurt now, covering up. Massive takedown transition.
Volk is going for it.
The victory in Las Vegas
That'll do it! And still!
would extend Volkanovski's undefeated featherweight run in the UFC.
What else can you say about the pound-for-pound king?
And the champ has no intentions of slowing down.
5th straight featherweight title defense.
John looked at Topuria's in his face.
When you see how Ilia Topuria fights, I mean, that guy is an absolute animal.
Defeating Volkanovski is the desire of every featherweight fighter on the planet. And while no man to ever test the throne has been able to seize Volkanovski's belt, undefeated challenger Ilia Topuria feels destined to become the first.
Ahora mismo yo soy el mejor. En mi división no hay nadie como yo. No es que pienso que voy a ser una superestrella. Es que lo soy.
Now a permanent resident of Alicante, Spain, Topuria's 27-year journey began the day he was born in Germany. To Georgian parents, in constant search of a better life.
En aquel entonces era un poco difícil tener oportunidades en Georgia. Entonces decidieron venirse a España y cuando cumplí 15 años ya finalmente me pude unirme a ellos.
Desde nacimiento es algo diferente. Él está trabajando mucho, estudiando mucho. Y resultado sí que tenemos.
En Georgia practicaba la lucha grecorromana y cuando llegamos aquí queríamos seguir con la misma disciplina. Me Me formé en el gimnasio Clime Club, donde impartían también clases de las artes marciales mixtas.
30.
Desde el primer día que entré, no sé, una energía que se apoderó de mí.
Tiempo.
Ese era mi destino.
Vamos, caballeros.
Before he turned 20 years old, Ilia Topuria was finishing professional MMA fights.
He's out. He's out.
It's over. Ilia Topuria. Unbelievable. Big pickup and a big takedown for Topuria.
This is exactly where the Georgian wanted it.
Wow. Ilia Topuria chokes out
And it wasn't long before the phenom from Spain burst onto the UFC featherweight scene.
And here we are, 8-0, a legit prospect out of Spain. Very calm, collected. You wouldn't know it was his UFC debut. Oh, lovely suplex there. As Topuria is putting on a bit of a grappling masterclass right now.
It's just unloading on Damon Jackson right now with all combinations.
Oh! Wow! The walk-off KO for Ilia Topuria.
He just chopped him down like a tree.
We have never seen him get beat.
Ilia Topuria has knocked Ryan Hall out cold.
He carries this intensity about him. That's a little bit different than most of these young fighters.
The game plan was simple. Come in and take his head off.
Oh! He is sure that at some point he will wear a UFC championship belt.
What a right hand knocks Mitchell down.
And why would you not be sure?
Still undefeated.
When you possess these types of skills.
Oh, heavy. Huge combination for the Spaniard.
This is an outclassing of Topuria, if we're going to be honest, on the feet. A boxing masterclass. What a statement.
No one can match my level of skill inside the cage.
Oh, that uppercut was heavy.
Back to the canvas now.
I prove it all the time I step inside the cage, and I prove it once again tonight.
Volk wants new challengers. Ilia Topuria has arrived.
I come to take that UFC belt, and I want to show Alex when his war's gonna end, and mine's gonna start.
Now with his professional record extended to a perfect 14-0, Topuria's shot at featherweight king Alexander Volkanovski can no longer be denied. And is now set for February 17th in Anaheim.
Este es mi momento. Estoy seguro que puedo noquear a Volkanovski.
Heading into a February 17th featherweight title defense, Australian champion Alexander Volkanovski identifies mistakes made in preparations for his last outing. A short notice shot at the lightweight belt.
Alexander Volkanovski is that guy. The question beckons, without a training camp, can that guy do enough to become a simultaneous two-division champion?
For that second Islam fight, I was coming off surgery and newborn and that, so I didn't have any fights in line.
This was biting off a lot to travel from Australia. You're 181 pounds when you get the call, nothing amounting to a training camp, had a surgery in July.
I was drinking a little bit, too much. Usually I'd be in the gym more, be a lot more professional and disciplined, and I wasn't.
I think the entire fight game has buckets of respect for Volkanovski stepping up, but it did not go as well.
I'm the best version of myself inside and outside of the cage. When I have real structure and I'm in camp, that's why you've seen an emotional side of me after that.
When I was in the cage, I wasn't training that. Just drinking every day. So I took the fight. I was thinking it was the only way to step in the gear as well. Literally drank every day. And then I just had to snap myself out of it. And I thought this was the fight, this was it. This is why I thought that was the reason why I came. So I'm like, You know, it's meant to be. Main purpose in life is obviously right now, is obviously my family, my fighting, and when I'm not in camp, just losing the clock, so I have to take the call. Now I just feel stupid. Not at all.
I'm more disappointed of who I was going into that fight rather than making that decision.
For Volkanovski, a return to form is not only motivated by the agony of recent defeat, it's driven by an even higher purpose.
My family. This is why I put so much pressure on myself. But that's only because I want to be the best version of a father I can be, the best version of athlete I can be.
You ready? Yeah. All right, let's go.
I want to turn up no matter what I do in life, whether it is in the gym, whether it is in the octagon, whether it is at home.
Champions build in the gym. Time to work.
So I'm happy to hold myself accountable and be the best version of myself inside and outside of the octagon.
Oh, there you go, darling. See? Nice, Ariana. That's better. Swap. Oh, you're close, darling.
That's why I need to win.
Well done.
Every time I'm in there.
Nice timing, Volk.
You ready?
You bring that belt back home to your family, and that means everything to me.
Second time to work. Let's finish it, boys. Finish strong. Last round.
There's always going to be things getting thrown at you, no matter what you do in life.
Good control, Volk.
So you want to be able to deal with them. To be resilient, disciplined.
Let's get him flat again, Volk. Flatten him out again.
Never give up.
15.
Good. Nice, darling.
Challenge yourself. All those things.
Time.
It can get difficult, but you've got to be willing to carry that burden.
Half a world away, Volkanovski's UFC 298 opponent, Ilia Topuria, also shares his experience as a world-class athlete with those who matter most.
La conocí a ella en una cena. Yo la he visto y dije, qué chica más guapa. Uno de los mejores regalos que me trajo Dios.
Chin chin.
Chin chin? I actually didn't follow the sport or anything like that.
Wow. Con el toque de la manzana le da.
¿Verdad?
Wow.
Then I was seeing the videos of him on YouTube. I was like, this is another person. Like, how is it possible? He's so sweet, and then he's almost killing people. I was like, out of all the things that you can do in this life, why would you do that one? And he's like, because I'm the best, I never get punched. And I was like, okay, perfect. Gracias.
Me ayuda muchísimo, la verdad me ayuda con muchas cosas. Ella me ayuda a desarrollar la mejor versión de mí mismo.
Luego la verdura, por favor.
Dile al chef que es un crack.
It's Ilia's dream to become the world champion, and I have zero doubts about it. It's already done. It's just a matter of time.
With support systems in place, the 27-year-old contender enters the February 17th title bout in the prime of his career. Ideal circumstances for attempting to become the first man to ever defeat Volkanovski at 145 pounds.
A mí él no se puede, no hay excusa que pueda conmigo, yo lo hago y ya. Trabajo incansablemente duro.
¿Listos? ¡Tiempo!
He va a ver fácil,
Y nunca subestimo ningún reto que la vida me da, en nada. Por eso mismo el 10 de febrero voy a convertir en el mejor del mundo.
Although mixed martial arts is practiced across the globe, the sport is yet to establish a larger presence in certain regions. And while southern Spain is beginning to show promise as an emerging hotbed, elite-level training may have never existed here at all, were it not for the Clement brothers.
Lo tenemos acá en Alicante y estamos acá desde el año 2002. Cuando llegamos acá no existía otro arte marcial que no fuera karate o jeet kune do, ¿no? Judo. Y nosotros implementamos el jiu-jitsu, el grappling, el MMA y llegamos como una revolución. En el momento que nosotros llegamos solamente estaba Fabricio Verdún en Madrid.
Tiramos un par de
Entonces fuimos como los pioneros, no había campeonatos, no había nada. Entonces fuimos creando algo de la nada. Estamos trabajando con Ilia ya hace 11 años. Él llegó a nosotros cuando tenía 15. Él empezó y no controlaba nada. Yo me acuerdo de verlo pelear con mi hermano y que mi hermano solo le peleaba en jiu-jitsu utilizando los pies. Y él no podía ni pasarle la guardia, lo finalizaba. Y es hoy en día que nos pasa por arriba como una pisonadora.
There is no better man to lead the charge for Spanish MMA than El Matador. And it begins with Ilia Topuria's title bout against Alexander Volkanovski on February 17th.
MMA en España sí es un deporte popular. Está creciendo todos los días.
15.
Y yo creo que después de convertirme campeón del mundo ya acabará estallando.
Tiempo.
Ahead of their title bout on February 17th, Topuria and champion Alexander Volkanovski briefly touched down in Las Vegas to promote the highly anticipated event. And although the business trip takes place mid-training camp, the fight capital is an ideal destination to stay on track.
Well looked after when you come to Vegas, the home of the UFC.
We go first? Okay.
It's always good to take advantage of their facilities when in town. I don't get to get here too much, so when I'm here, I make the most of it.
To prepare for Topuria, Volkanovski continues methods that readied him for multiple lightweight title bouts last year.
I always like training with bigger guys. Craig Jones, one of the best grapplers in the world.
And there he gets it, he gets the top.
The dominance continues for Craig Jones.
So if you're over here, you can throw a head like a west.
Okay, yeah, and with this leg?
That's good.
Other leg.
Whichever one you can.
And you've got Kevin Jessett, who's in the welterweight division.
Oh, man. This is tight.
Kevin, heard you say!
They put me in a lot of positions that is going to be harder for people my size.
He's only a featherweight. Obviously, we're a lot bigger than him, but he's still a really tough round for us.
I've trained with a lot of UFC guys. Definitely one of the strongest, physically, pound-for-pound guys I've felt.
I can't go out there and think just because I've been winning at featherweight and defending a belt, no one stands a chance. I can't have that mentality. And you won't see me turn up in the gym like I always have. What got me here today? I'm sure there's people thinking, is this the decline? But when I've got a chip on my shoulder, when I've got something to prove, when people doubt me, that's where I shine.
Thanks, Bruce. Appreciate it.
When training commences, promotion intensifies.
Rise up, it's a showdown.
As Volkanovski shares the stage with the young adversary, aiming to take everything he has.
Make our hearts bound just to be legendary.
Ilia Topuria is a real assassin.
Ilia Topuria, an undefeated, young, hungry prospect trying to come for my belt.
He's the best.
He's next level.
Which is just the perfect opponent for my story. And I believe I go out there and I take him out on February 17th. I just don't think he's as good as he says he is. I believe that I'm going to be teaching him a lesson.
He's just a truly special talent.
The greatest featherweight champion of all time.
You'll see me as the dominant champ that I've been.
Wow, ragdolled him.
He really believes that he can whip anybody.
Él se va a enfrentar a un luchador diferente, con unas habilidades diferentes, con unas ganas diferentes y con un destino diferente.
My words! Unbelievable knockout!
He is so clean and so powerful.
Still undefeated, Ilia Topuria!
Yo me encuentro al 100% y en febrero me tengo que ocupar de este hombre.
Ilia Topuria has arrived.
It's the undefeated challenger from Spain.
He is sure he will wear a UFC belt.
And the all-time great champion from Australia.
That'll do it! And still!
Toe-to-toe for the featherweight belt in Anaheim. On February 17th. The co-main event of UFC 298 will see the return of Brazil's top middleweight, Paulo Costa. A hardened knockout artist forged from day one by his brother Carlos.
My childhood in Contagem was very simple since I was very young. Me and my brother, we fought almost every day. And it was very hard to me because I'm 5 years younger than him. This was good to make me tough.
Badola, vai! Foi, Badola, vai! Vai! Isso, isso.
Now, my brother, he's my coach.
Continua, continua, vamos ajustar, não cai.
Everything I learned on Jiu-Jitsu comes from him.
Isso, boa, garoto, isso. Aí parou, respira pouco, a gente troca, respira. Deitou. Não deixa.
My brother can handle my different game plans. He really helped me to get my best performance.
Isso.
At 185 pounds, there are a few forces more imposing than Brazil's Paulo Costa.
O tomo tá pra baixo. Vai pra cima. Bate firme. Bate forte.
A multi-promotional champion on the local circuits of Rio and Sao Paulo.
Aí é fim de luta.
He made his nation proud on the big stage.
Here is the undefeated Invicto, Paulo Costa.
What a pace being set in the early going by Boachinha. And what a way to make an impression on UFC fans around the world. Lighten up the masses in Fortaleza.
Boa noite, Fortaleza!
This is what Boachinha did to his opposition prior to coming to UFC. It was the same result. He ran right through him.
Paulo Costa does it again.
É o que você veio para fazer com calma.
And this is a force to be reckoned with. You got to think this guy is surfacing on the middleweight radar.
For all the other people in the middleweight division, this young man's for real.
In the UFC, Costa's hard-charging offense would see him extend a career knockout tally to 11.
Down goes Hall!
An undefeated streak to 13.
Nobody goes at Romero like that. This guy's hell on wheels.
Now is a new time. I'm representing the new generation from Brazil, and I will be the next legend from Brazil in UFC.
Although his momentum was halted by former king Israel Adesanya,
Israel Adesanya remains the class of the 185-pounders.
Costa has since returned to form with a fight for the ages against a former champion.
Luke Rockhold, he seems in a great place and ready to compete.
Every fight is a kind of prove something.
He got hurt there.
Costa's landing these strikes from the clinch.
And that fight against Luke, I need to prove I could beat a former champion.
Oh!
Wow, Costa takes Luke down.
A guy who needed to win as well.
Rockhold coming out guns blazing.
When we put two guys who needs to get the win,
Oh, nice stick with a right by Costa. That got Rockhold's attention.
it's always a wide fight.
Oh! Huge connection for Rockhold now.
Wow! What a crazy fight.
Somehow, some way, Luke Rockhold and Paulo Costa go the distance.
I'm pretty sure I could beat him, and I proved that.
Okay, just briefly introducing yourself. You can just give us a brief of what you're doing in Abu Dhabi.
Okay, my name is Paulo Costa. I came from Brazil. I'm here in Abu Dhabi for 50 days. And the hype of my match against Chimaev gonna be the biggest fight of the year.
Live from Etihad Arena here in Abu Dhabi, UAE. This is UFC 294. The combat sports leader is back with one of the most compelling fight cards of 2023.
in October of last year, Costa was booked for a high-profile co-main event bout. The dangerous contender, Khamzat Chimaev.
A force unlike anything the fight game has ever seen. Here is Khamzat Chimaev, the Chechen Swede.
But an untimely infection would force his withdrawal from the contest.
Paulo Costa versus Khamzat Chimaev is off. Costa cannot fight. He had a nasty staph infection. We have a new co-main event.
Former welterweight champ Kamaru Usman jumps right into the deepest end of the pool tonight.
Now fully recovered, Costa is set to return at UFC 298 on February 17th. Against one of the greatest middleweights the UFC has ever seen. Former champion, Robert Whittaker.
Likely destined one day for the UFC Hall of Fame. Here is the former UFC middleweight champion, Robert Whittaker. Oh, there's no denying the knockout power of Robert Whittaker.
A brute force.
Robert Whittaker with a head kick!
Who for nearly a decade since moving up to 185 pounds.
Every time he goes in there, he lays it on the line.
Oh, he tagged him. He's hurt.
Terrorized the opposition.
It is absolutely incredible the assault this young man has had on the middleweight division.
He's a man who has an air of greatness.
Massive head kick for Whittaker and a big right hand.
You know the beauty in Robert Whittaker is that when guys are tough and they make him fight, he's willing to bite down on the mouthpiece and get after it.
Oh my gosh.
And whose only defeats came at the hands of former King Israel Adesanya. And most recently, reigning champion Dricus du Plessis.
A loss is always upsetting, and it's always hard coming back to your family disappointed.
My cool fish! Aw, awesome!
But resilience is one of the most important attributes for a fighter. If I can't handle losing, I don't deserve to win. And I'm very lucky to have a supportive family. they make me want to be better. If I'm taking shortcuts, I know that I'm not letting myself down, I'm letting them down.
Jack, you want a big jump?
And I can't live knowing I did that. They're the biggest instrument in my career and, you know, my entire life.
Backward rolls and jogging back. Jog back. Bear walk, forward, backwards.
Rob is a very emotionally mature person, so he didn't come back angry.
Guys, faster, faster, faster.
He came back and he was focused.
Guys, try to do non-stop. Pick your pace. It's good, Rob. Keep working.
I'm very pleased to see where he is right now for his next fight.
Keep going, keep going, keep going. Double leg attack, take down. I know you're tired, but this is the time when we need to work.
This is my prime that I'm in now, and once it's gone, it's gone.
Power, power, power.
So I need to utilize everything that I have in my power to get that belt back.
A return to form for Whittaker comes on February 17th in Anaheim.
I'm a sunrise in an endless summer. I'm the shimmer from a slow-mo neutron star.
Against Brazilian Paulo Costa.
Like a force of nature.
In a career-defining bout.
He has to make everybody understand that he is the next guy to challenge for the middleweight championship.
We'll see the victor get one step closer.
Make no mistake about it, this fight is a pivotal fight in this division.
To another shot at the belt.
February 17, I'm beating Whittaker. I'm very convinced I'm gonna knock him out.
This is a knockout artist who throws bombs.
Oh! Head kick for Whittaker now!
February 17, I'm going to be too fast for him. I'm going to be too strong and too accurate.
This one's to get back in there, to hunt that title again.
And I'm going to make him quit.
Force of nature.
This is an inspiring young man, Henry Cejudo, in 2008. He was the Olympic gold medalist in freestyle wrestling. He does not like being number 2.
The feature bout of UFC 298.
The kind of athlete that you have to be to do that, you can get great at everything.
Will showcase a living legend.
He has a goal, and it's a lofty goal.
Oh, another knockdown for Cejudo!
It's to go down in history as the greatest combat sports athlete of all time.
And there's the shot from Cejudo right in on the leg, and nothing he can do about it.
An Olympic gold medalist in freestyle wrestling.
That wrestling, that's top of the food chain.
He transitioned to mixed martial arts.
Oh!
That was lightning fast, that right hand.
Like a piston.
Holy smokes!
Where he simultaneously held UFC flyweight.
UFC champion and Olympic gold medalist. Something no one has ever done.
And bantamweight belts.
Big, big shots from Henry. That's it.
Get him a second belt! And that very well might be the greatest combat sports athlete of all time.
Oh!
Big knee from Cejudo and a right hand. That is it, and still!
But when Henry Cejudo returned from a brief retirement last year,
he is one of the smartest people in the game.
Oh! High kick land.
Big right from Cejudo.
He will have to use all of those skills tonight if he wants to become the champion again.
Oh! Outstanding pressure by Triple C.
he would face the bitter, an unfamiliar taste of defeat.
You gotta wonder where Cejudo is mentally at this stage of his career, but you know that he has a fury inside of him. He is so unbelievably dedicated and focused.
I hate second place, but I know the mistakes that I made.
Well, Cap, I didn't want to talk to you and like the whole team, man. Well, you were with me for my last Olympic trials. You've been there for me, but as of right now, I just want to let you know, man, that for this camp, dude, I'm getting rid of specific coaches, man. Much you included, dude. Sometimes you're too close to somebody and people just get too comfortable.
The goal has always been the same, for you to be the greatest combat athlete of all time
And to me, that was a dream come true.
This is why this man is the GOAT coach, the most unselfish human that you will ever meet. Captain Eric Alvarez. And right now, what I want to do in this fight camp is keep it strictly business.
You guys want to start?
Yeah, so 2 days on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and that's it.
You're doing it way different than we've ever done it before. If you're having coaches available, you have a buffet every single day.
Every fight should be a different cocktail. And you have to be able to adjust and grab different coaches that could take you to wherever it is that you actually want to go. This is how I feel comfortable for this fight and this cocktail. The more simple, the less people that I have here, even if it's good, the better for me, because I'm sick of hearing just different people's perspective. We have something in lock, let's just lock and load and just go.
A fully revamped fight camp has Cejudo firing on all cylinders and is topped off by the return of a fellow wrestling great, Henry's older brother, Angel.
Just bring your elbow back to your side. Reach, bring your elbow back to your side. Yeah, that's it. Biggest thing with him is getting him back to those trial and errors, what's working, what's not working, getting him out of his comfort zone. Okay, right here, right away, start reaching for a thigh. Now you see how you're up like this? You're trying to use speed. Don't worry about speed, keep your hips down. Yes, there you go. So we're gonna do our best to work together. Go and grab that leg right there. There you go, now move this way. Take your time, don't go fast. Make it a control wrestling match. Be a little bit more in tune and be aligned with each other's philosophies of training. Hips down the whole time. Grab. There, that's it. See, like, he can't move anymore. He's stuck. If you run too fast, he's gonna start flinging away from him, trap him like, you're mine now. Then you're gonna avoid long scrambles. All those scrambles, you're gonna take control of the situation. Run it again. That's pressure, that's weight. Reach.
I want to be pushed. I want to be challenged.
Yeah.
And I want to retain that belt once again.
Standing in Cejudo's way of redemption.
You can't downplay greatness and can't stop what's about to come.
Is a relentless powerhouse known aptly as the Machine. Because when locked in the octagon with Merab Dvalishvili, bantamweights routinely crumble under his furious pace.
Let me introduce myself to you. I am the King.
Arguably the most tireless worker in the sport.
That nickname, the Machine, is very accurate.
I have good cardio. I have all the technique.
The cardio on him is just unbelievable.
I have takedown records in my weight class.
His wrestling is relentless.
And I'm only getting better.
With wins over former title challengers John Dodson.
He is beating John Dodson's up.
Marlon Moraes.
Oh, he hurt with a right hand!
Big crowd strikes. Marlon's got no answer. That'll do it.
As well as former champions Jose Aldo.
He's just not allowing Aldo to get anything going.
Merab's conditioning really the stuff of legend. Puts other pro fighters to shame.
And Piotr Jan.
He's got that Habib style that people are terrified of.
He turns back Piotr Jan in impressive fashion.
Dvalishvili rides a 9-fight win streak into the February 17th clash with Cejudo. A position made possible by the decision to leave his Georgian life behind to chase the MMA dream.
This hat right here, made from gold here. The Georgian people used to wear this in the mountains. It was a very tough time when I was growing up. Georgian economy was down and most people don't have food and don't have money. But my parents were a big motivation for me because they always give me good directions in life. They told me, you have to earn everything.
This is my house, reminds me everything. This is my motivation, you know, my home country. That's where I'm from. ძალიან მაძლიერებთ, დისციპლინს მაძლევთ და მინდა რომ ყველანი იყოთ, კარგად ყველანი იყოთ ბედნიერები. So to leave my family and emigrate to United States wasn't hard because I have a goal. I want to be UFC fighter and represent Georgian flag.
To prepare for Cejudo, Dvalishvili is enlisting the services of the last man to defeat him.
Aljo, this is his world. He is one of the very best at back control.
Longtime friend and former bantamweight champion Aljamain Sterling.
I think it definitely helps that I fought Henry to give Merab an inside look to kind of what I felt when I was in there.
He's really done a great job in this round of constantly putting pressure on Aljamain. But Aljamain back up to his feet. Let's see him get turned around. This is huge.
And it doesn't hurt that Merab was also trying to imitate and mimic Cejudo for me. So he kind of has some of his mannerisms down of what to expect.
Merab's a madman.
And this works so hard. So hard. He pushes me, I push him.
Henry will be my third UFC former champion who I will beat, and that will be no question that I should fight for the title.
Henry Cejudo is in the ranks of greats.
This is just personal for me. This is kind of like a vendetta.
Aí, garoto, perfeito.
Like a road to redemption.
That's it! Get him a second belt!
Henry Cejudo is an elite 2-division champion.
To get my belt back.
I am the greatest combat athlete of all time! Now I prove again! And I'm hungry!
February 17, I will be one who will knock Henry out.
Bantamweight set the stage in Anaheim for a middleweight blockbuster between former champ Robert Whittaker.
This is a world championship caliber fighter, and this guy keeps getting better.
And the always dangerous Paulo Costa.
He is a marauder. He is a relentless destroyer.
And a championship main event between featherweight king Alexander Volkanovski.
The greatest featherweight champion of all time.
Just a truly special talent.
And challenger Ilia Topuria.
Topuria is the real deal.
Straight up savage.
He has all the skill to be the best in the world.
It all goes down at UFC 298 on February 17th.